Welcome to Adjectives Lesson 3. Nobody likes to read dull, boring sentences. So how can we make sentences better? One way is by using adjectives. That's not the only way to improve a sentence, but that's the way we're going to talk about today. Let's take a look at a few sentences and make them better by adding some adjectives. Here is an example sentence. The fox jumped over the dog. Boring. We need to add some adjectives to this sentence. Okay, now we have the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. Just by adding quick and brown, we know exactly how that fox jumped over the dog. He didn't creep over slowly. It's not an orange fox like you would have thought. And the dog wasn't an energetic dog jumping around playing frisbee. It was a lazy dog. He was just lazy and laying around, making it easy for the fox to jump over him. Here is a very boring sentence. They live in a house. We have no idea what the house looks like, where it's located, or anything like that until we add some adjectives. Think of some adjectives that you could add to this sentence. I'm going to add 2 adjectives to my sentence so that my new sentence is, they live in an old rustic house. Is this what you pictured when the sentence just said they live in a house? Probably not. The adjectives completely change what you imagine in your head. Let's try another one. The dress ripped. That's a very boring sentence, and we don't know much about what's going on. Is it your favorite dress? Is it a dress that you borrowed from somebody? How important is this that the dress ripped? Let's add some adjectives. The ugly pink dress ripped. Now that we have the adjectives ugly and pink, we know that it's not really a big deal that this dress ripped because you didn't like it anyhow. Here's another sentence. Maggie wore a hat to the contest. In this sentence, we don't know what the hat looks like, what kind of contest it is, so we need to add some adjectives. What adjectives would you add? I added large, beautiful, and sun to describe the hat, and crowded to describe the contest. Maggie wore a large, beautiful sun hat to the crowded contest. In this sentence, it tells us that the hat was a large and beautiful sun hat. Is this what you pictured? And the contest was crowded. It still doesn't tell us what kind of contest it was, but at least we can picture it with loads of people standing around watching. Here's the next sentence. The cake fell on the floor. That's a very simple sentence, and we need some more information. What kind of cake was it? Was it a good cake? Are we upset that it was on the floor? Or was it a really bad tasting cake because your mom's not a very good cook? Let's see what kind of adjectives we can add. I'm going to add, the delicious fruit and cream-filled cake fell on the floor. Oh no, it's delicious? It's terrible that it fell on the floor then. What kind of cake was it? It was fruit and cream-filled. Very informative sentence, and very sad that it fell on the floor. Is this what you pictured the cake to look like when I read the first sentence? Here is one more sentence that I'll do with you. The view from your house surprised me. Not a super boring sentence, but it still doesn't tell us very much information. What does the view look like? What kind of view would the house have? Where is the house? Let's add some adjectives. What would you add? Here's my new sentence. The breathtakingly beautiful view from your mountaintop house surprised me. This sentence tells us that the view that we're talking about is breathtakingly beautiful, not some dead trees or a rusted up trailer. And the house is on the mountain, so that further tells us what the view is that we're going to see. It's going to be of some mountains. Is this what you pictured? Now I'm going to give you some more sentences to fix, but I'm not going to help you this time. Just pause the video and come up with some great sentences. Here is your first sentence. I'm going to help you out with this one before sending you off on your own. The book sat on the shelf. In this sentence, we want to add adjectives to describe the book and the shelf. If we're describing the book, we might want to use words like old, new, informative, tattered, picture, or interesting. You can also think about some of your own, but those are just some examples to get you started. If we're talking about the shelf, we need to describe what kind of shelf, what it looks like. Is it wooden? Is it the highest shelf? Is it a crooked shelf? An empty shelf? A library shelf? A dusty shelf? A crowded shelf? Or you can always choose one of your own words to describe what kind of shelf. Go ahead and pause the video now and create your own sentence. Here is your sentence. I bought an apple at the store. In this sentence, you want to add adjectives to describe the apple and the store. Let us know what kind of apple you bought and from what kind of store. Just be careful when you're adding adjectives to apple. The word before it, an, is because apple starts with a vowel, A. If your adjective starts with a consonant, you're going to want to change an to a or a. Here's our next sentence. I have feelings about the test today. We need to add some adjectives so we can know some more information about the feelings that you're having and about the test today. What kind of test is it? And how do you feel about that test? Pause the video now to make your own sentence. Here's the next sentence. My cat curled up on the chair. Let's add some adjectives so we can know some more information about the cat and about the chair. What kind of cat do you have? What does it look like? What kind of chair is it? Is it hard? Is it soft? Is it a kitchen chair? A living room chair? Tell me more. Pause the video now and make your own sentence. That's all the sentences I have for you today on adjectives. We'll see you next time.